Hello everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I hope you are well. Joined by Lizzie today, the cardboard cutout of choice. Today we are making cinnamon rolls. I've never made them. I've had years and years and years of requests to make them. And for some reason, I've never decided to do it. Well, in fact, I was going to do a giant cinnamon roll, but I changed my mind. I thought, well, I need to know how to do cinnamon rolls normally before, picking a giant one. So yeah, I've already done some of the steps, and right down here is some dough that is proving a little bit. So in fact, it's just finished off. So if you want to know how I've got there, I'll show you in just a minute. But if you want to head over to myvirginkitchen.com if you're not already for the full method and ingredients, if you're feeling inspired to give this a go, yeah? Or alternatively, you could just sunbathe by the doors like the pugs are. They seem to be enjoying themselves. So I was running a little bit late this morning and I thought, right, I can get the dough proved, and while that's happening, I'll go upstairs and have a shower and all that stuff, you got to be fresh when you're doing the videos. So this is how you get to this step. What you're going to need first of all is a small saucepan, and you're going to pour in some milk. I went for full fat milk today, baby, but any milk is fine as long as it's from a milk emitting animal, a cow. Well, coconut milk would probably be pretty cool. All you're going to do is put that on a low flame, and as it's only a small amount of milk, it will heat up rather quickly indeed. So once you get some bubbles in there, you're just going to take it off of the heat and shove in a knob of butter, okay? And the heat from that milk will actually melt that butter as you stir it around. So keep doing that. Gradually that block of butter will just mingle and merge all in there. Just leave that to one side for the moment. So to another side, just grab yourself a large mixing bowl and add in about 3/4 of the plain flour. Add in the yeast, that's quick acting yeast, sugar, and then you add in the salt from an optional pug shaker. And I'm sticking with it, guys. I know some of you guys don't like that, but it's got the one dot on its head. So I was always told that was the salt, although a lot of you guys are like, no, I can't cope with this. So just mix all of those dry ingredients together. I did that with a whisk, but wooden spoon's cool. Yeah, wooden spoon is cool. I didn't mean anything by that. Just any apparatus of choice. So then we add in the wet ingredients. So some water, that can just be cold water or slightly warm would be good. 1 egg and that milk and butter mixture, which is slightly cooled from the hob earlier. So pour that all in there, and then it is time to beat it all together. When you first get it in there, it's just gonna feel a little bit rough and lumpy, but keep whisking away, and what you should end up with is quite a sort of runny and droopy dough, which is what you don't want at the end, okay? But it's good for this stage, because what we've done is mingled the majority of those ingredients together, so we can now start to add in the remaining quarter of the flour in batches. So keep adding that in there, mixing it through, and it will thicken up and become quite stubborn and butch. Not too much, not too, firm but fair, okay? Just keep going, and then that's it done, okay? It's looking good. Basically what I'm trying to say is you've got a thick dough that's still a little wet. Ideal. All you do then, Mary Poppins style, feed the birds, tuppence a bag, is scatter the flour onto a chopping board. This is extra flour. Plonk down your dough, and it is time to knead it away. It'll be very wet at first, so use the flour to help absorb that up and get it a little bit drier. Keep working it. You're gonna drive some warmth into it, get it all working together. Do that for a good 5 minutes until you're left with a nice smooth old round of dough. Drape over the top a damp tea towel and leave it for a good 15 to 20 minutes, which is exactly the stage we're at now, where we're left with this. So there we are. That's you guys up to speed. Let's crack on. I want to just do a cinnamon roll dance today for some reason. It's my cinnamon roll dance. Maybe I would have called Amy Cinnamon if I had a chance of calling that. I don't know. Cinnamon and Boston. It's from a different industry, I think. All right, so this damp tea towel, we'll give it a teeny bit more, but you have proved yourself. I love that. Sounds like an Oriental Kung Fu film, doesn't it? Proved yourself. I would wipe down, but we're probably gonna get flour there anyway in just a jiffy. In this bowl is some butter that I have forced to be room temperature a bit quicker because I just bunged it in the microwave for 10 seconds. And this is a tablespoon of ground cinnamon. Something that freaks me out from doing the cinnamon challenge years ago. And brown sugar, dark brown sugar. It really gives you that nice sort of stain in these rolls. What a lovely word, stain. So we're just gonna push this together, work it all around. So the butter should hopefully grip both the cinnamon and the brown sugar together into like a funky little spready thing. There we go. So we've essentially made it into like a rough buttercream. Rough. Makes me want to bark like a dog. Rough. All right, if we just pan down from my new cookbook, which is available for pre-order worldwide, thank you to everyone that supported me so far. And there's my old one as well, both available on Amazon, everywhere. Thank you. Sorry, focus. All right, cool. You can see the yeast has got all its bubbles. It's been working away there. And it's actually, it's not like warm, but is alive. I like that. But sadly, or excitably, we must move on. We're gonna get some more plain flour and we are gonna roll this out. This is where it's gonna hopefully start to become a little bit more cinnamon rolly. Cinnamon rolly, I like that. Now, I'm not the best at rolling out or, you know, baking in general really, but I think that's kind of what helps inspire you guys really. You think, well, if that guy can do it, well, I definitely can. And that is basically why I do this. I try and get it roughly to the shape of this board actually. All right, that'll do nicely. So let's just cut that away into something, you know, a little bit straighter. Yeah, probably shrink back a little bit, but I'm happy with that, that's okay. Nice, that will do. So let's now get our cinnamony mixture. Oh yeah, we don't want it to be too thick really. So we can just sort of maybe like spread it out. I was gonna say dab then, and there's no way I'm doing a dab. There we go, just bringing it quite close to the edges like that, that'll do. These are some seedless raisins, which these are completely optional. A lot of people bizarrely don't actually like raisins. I find that strange, I absolutely love them. I feel like it's one of those things that once you start eating them, you just sort of can't stop. But you can go as raisin heavy as you like. Raisins, sultanas. These are actually seedless ones as well. I prefer seedless ones. And hey presto, so all we're gonna do is take the front of our roll thing and just do an initial lip, just to try and make it nice and even along that way. And then we'll just start to roll it forward together in one big funky motion. So we kind of get like a little bit of a sausage like that. So roll it over so it hits the seam like that. Pinch the ends if you want. And just for the moment, this is a pan that I've got a little bit of excess butter and I'm just rubbing some butter on there. We're going to sit it in like this. You can actually bake it in like cupcake cases or actually in a muffin tin. You just, if you want to grease every individual one as well, that'll be fine. And then a little bit of sugar on the base, so that will just grab the butter and then our dough can just sit right on top of that. It's not essential at all. I would definitely grease the tin though. All right, so we roll this over and then we can just start. See the shape that you get like that? Oh yeah, we can just start cutting them into roll shapes. I like that. Kind of dainty, right? So every time you get one, just sit it in the pan like so. Yeah, finding that a sharper knife definitely helps. As I roll them over like that, I'm just trying to give them a little bit more rounder shape because as you sliced it, it's kind of gone a bit narrow. So yeah, just try and make it a little bit rounder. Okay, and just sit it in. So there we go, I am really happy with that. You can go like proper symmetrical with it and make them all line up and look flush, but to be honest, I am, for a first attempt, you know, I'm chuffed. They're looking good. As I say, do stretch them out a little bit, otherwise they could be a little bit narrow. What we'll do now is let them rest again. So I'm gonna put the damp towel back over it, which is still damp, good of you, and we'll leave it for about 20, 25 minutes. You know, Lizzie and I have just been talking and they might not visually look the best ever cinnamon rolls, but yours will look better. That's what it's all about. And also, it's gonna taste good dough. Oh, dad joke. Taking off the damp tea towel and they are starting to touch each other on the sides a little bit. They've expanded and grown a bit. So in they go in the oven and we'll see it in a jiffy. So just while that's in the oven doing its thing, we can actually crack on with making the frosting on the top. This is some full fat cream cheese. There you go, get in there. Icing sugar. And if we sort of just gently mix that, that will stop a huge cloud forming and that will go everywhere, so I'm being very careful. All right, that's good. Loosened up and we didn't get icing sugar hardly anywhere. Drop of vanilla extract. Good teaspoon of that. Really try and take the tartness, the tang out of this. Really drive some flavour in there. And last but not least, some room temperature butter. Again, I just chucked it in the microwave, but it's all good. Mix that through. Just get all the lumps out of the butter. Get it all nice and smooth. So there we go, that is it all done. Have a little taste if you want to make sure. Wow, loving a little bit of a vanilla in it. Gives it kind of like an ice creamy vibe. You can add more sugar if you wish, more cream cheese, more vanilla, whatever you want, just to tweak it to your liking, but we're gonna stick that in the fridge and bring it all together. Hey Lizzie, huh? I am really excited, guys. It's like that frosting. I could just have a bowl of that on its own. Alrighty, let's get them out of the oven. Yeah, baby. So I'm gonna let them cool down slightly. You can just pour the whole cream cheese frosting on top, but I think I'm just gonna do mine individually. So that sugar on the bottom is giving it a really nice caramelization under there. See, like a bonus caramel. All right, so I'm just gonna sit a few on this plate. Oh yeah. Oh, that'll do. We'll have 3 for now. Obviously you can make them way bigger than that if you want, but I am really chuffed with those. All right then, I'm just bringing the frosting into shot. It's thickened up considerably in the fridge, and these have cooled down, so I'm just gonna spread that on there. I wonder if it says it's slightly warm, whether it'll just find its way around the grooves or not. There we go. Little scrape on the tops just to get off any excess if you want, or you could just pile it up. It's very, very nice indeed, but there we go. They look amazing. Let's have a little taste right now. These look so good. I am over the moon with how these have turned out. Here we go. That's just, I had to come back and compose myself. Absolutely stonkingly. The flavour, it kind of reminds me quite like festive-y. I really like it. The cream cheese topping on top, the warmth and the caramelisation on the bottom. Wow. But now it is your turn. Send me a picture at My Virgin Kitchen on your social media of choice. I love to see your attempts, and hopefully they'll look better than mine. Don't forget to follow me on social media for loads of behind the scenes bits and bobs. Subscribe for regular recipes and food fun. Let me know down below what you want to see next, and I'll see you again next time. Pugs, stop sunbathing now. They're getting their sun. They're getting their after sun on. All right, dogs? All right.